Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Wow, we
Can you
finally
hear me
get a
now?
chance to talk. Yeah, we can. I can hear you. Yeah.
Good.
Good. Your last night.
Yeah, my last night, man. I can't wait. It's kind of weird because it's quite luxurious lah. Okay, over here, and it's quite nice in some ways to be cut off from the rest of the world and people cachoing you, to do
Hmm.
this and that. But at the same time, walao,
Like.
it'll be good just to see people for real.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wait, I need to
And
welcome.
not have to order food.
I need to welcome my readers, my listeners.
Okay.
Hi, welcome back to the
Is
podcast.
live or are you
No,
doing it?
no. This is just my
No.
usual
Okay.
thing. Like hi and introducing
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Today's podcast. We have Colin Goh. Most of you know who he is from talkingcock.com, from Dim Sum Warriors. Is it Warriors? Dim Sum Warriors? Am I getting it right?
Yes.
Yes. And a
Yes,
whole
you
host
are.
of other things. I'm calling him in his hotel. This is his last night serving out his stay home notice, and he's going to be released tomorrow.
Yay.
Hence our conversation, because he's been sharing photos of his food with us on Facebook. And
Food with inverted commas, in
man,
quotations.
poor thing. Really, I
Wow.
thought it was like just one or two dishes, but yes,
Ooh.
it's your last day. I saw your photograph just now. You were queuing up for your swab.
Yeah. Wow.
Hmm.
Oh, that was the serious swab. They told us.
Is that right?
Yeah. This is not the same swab I got at Changi when I came in.
When you say Changi, you
This
must say
is
Changi Airport. You cannot say like Changi.
Changi
It
Airport
sounds
lah.
it sounds like a prison, right?
Where else are they going to give you a swab? Which part of Changi Village I'm going to give you a swab? It has to be Changi Airport lah.
Wow.
So yeah, Changi Airport was great. Didn't feel a thing. This one was closer to the Taiwan one, which is touch your brain.
Wow. I've not gone through a swab before, by the way. Yeah, so it's all very alien to me. My family, the two youngest ones, have gone through the swab, so they tell me it's quite uncomfortable, but they didn't whinge about it. But I think maybe the doctor was gentler. But they had some months ago, they had a bit of a flu, and we had to make sure that it wasn't extended practice, make sure it wasn't COVID. So came back negative, of course, but they went for the swab. I've never gone for a swab, so everything you tell me is alien to me, and I have not traveled, so I have not even set foot in Changi Airport since last year, 2019.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty long for you, man.
I know, right? End of December, end of 2019 was my last trip with my family, Krabi, and then after that there was one planned trip, a couple of planned trips that were all cancelled. So the entire 2020 and up to now, not only have I not traveled, I have not been to Changi Airport.
Wow.
Yeah. So everything you tell me is very surreal to me.
It's kind of weird lah. The last time I was in Singapore was in March, just after Chinese New Year.
I remember that was last year.
March 2020. Yeah, March 2020.
Yes.
So I haven't been back to Singapore for over a year, which is quite unusual. And well, I thought I was very heng because when I got into Taiwan, immediately after that, the week after, they started shutting the borders and requiring quarantine.
So you basically traveled back and forth, like the skin of your teeth. You just got out.
Yes, correct.
Before they started.
I'm very lucky. I've been very lucky.
Yeah.
So this time around, when I flew back here, the day before I flew, Singapore said they cut the quarantine from 21 days to 14. So wow,
that's
by 40.
Wow, that was a relief.
Yep.
But then you paid upfront, or how does that work?
You have to pay anytime between the 14 days lah.
Oh, so okay, let's say you didn't pay before you came lah.
No.
Because if you paid
I
for
had to
21
pay
days,
I had to pay for my swab before I came in, the Changi Airport swab, and then the $2,000 that everybody has to pay when you come in. If you come as a family, then each additional member pays less. I think the first person pays 2,000, and after that, I think it's something like 1,300 per person.
My friend, husband and wife came here. They're Singaporeans. They came back, and I think they were paying quite a okay rate. I think they were paying like 2,000 something for the 14 days. They were a couple in the same room. So basically, they're just paying for the food extra. I don't know how come yours.
Yeah, basically.
1,000 plus more per person, but in that case, this one was 2,000 something, less than 3.
Yeah, and if you want to go the deluxe route and you want to be able to choose where you land, then you can book a suite, and the suite costs something like 7,500 or something.
Oh.
Yeah, but
But when you say you can choose the suite, do you know the hotel already, or you just say I want a suite?
Yeah, no. The only way you can choose the hotel you want is to book a suite.
Oh,
otherwise,
right.
Lottery.
If you throw down that money for the suite, then they say, okay, I'll let you choose where you want to stay.
Then you can say, well, there are only a number of hotels where you're allowed to choose lah. The Fairmont, I think possibly MBS. I'm not sure.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, only a number of these hotels are you allowed to will have the suite, and then you can choose.
Then the rest of it, the rest of the peasants have to just go where the bus takes you. Only the bus driver know where you
correct.
go.
Correct. And I was quite surprised that they didn't tell us. I got on the bus. I had no idea where I was going. It was this coach. There were just 6 of us there,
Okay.
I was actually enjoying the suspense a bit lah. Okay, low-key enjoying it lah. Like, where am I going? Am I going to end up at Hotel Bencoolen? Somewhere, Mercure Bugis, maybe improvement.
Yeah.
Coming down, then it started going up the Shears Bridge. I was like, oh, okay. So clearly, I'm not going to end up somewhere in Siglap. Okay, where am I at? Then they turned at Intercontinental. I thought, Jose. Then they passed Intercon. So I said, die. They must sure turn at Victoria Street and
oh wow,
go to the Bugis. But then they went to the Fairmont.
Oh,
former Westin. I keep thinking of it as Westin.
I cannot. My brain. No. I agree with you. I can't wrap my mind around. Every time people tells me Fairmont, and I'm like, where? Then I have to like slowly. Oh yeah, former Westin. So I can't. A lot of hotels around the area have changed names, right? The Bay Area as well, the Pan Pacific area. I think there was some handover as well. So very confusing. But then it's amazing, right? They don't tell you on the bus.
They didn't, yeah.
Right? Why can't they just
so
say
I had
when
no
you
idea.
board,
everybody was like
where?
Nope.
Right? You can't board the bus and then the driver will say, okay, we're all going Fairmont. Cannot, right? Why not?
No.
They scared you riot.
Actually, I don't know. Why? Since all of us on that coach went to we all disembarked.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they couldn't tell us.
What's the rationale, right? Maybe they don't want people to give the driver a hard time.
I don't know.
So they just drive you there.
When we got to the Fairmont, worst part was when we got into the Fairmont, I thought, oh, really a Fairmont? And then the driver went into the driveway and then came out. I thought, wow.
No.
No, but it's actually just because the security hadn't needed to move the cones.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
them nerve-wracking. You cannot Russian roulette like that. Like, where am I going? Where am I going? Even right to the end, you're like, we're still playing with you.
But quite funny lah, after, when you hit a certain age, right? Cheap thrill, these things give you a bit of excitement.
Yeah. It's true. Especially if you haven't been leaving the country for such a long time. Anything is an adventure, right? I'm at home. Going to the freaking wet market is an adventure for me. So I can imagine. So on the flight, was it empty? Your flight from Taiwan?
I was the only person in my section.
Wow.
I had a private demonstration by the flight attendant putting on the life jacket. Okay?
Wow, 1-to-1.
Private performance. I felt like I was in a strip club, except in reverse lah.
That's terrible. But yeah, at the same time, strangely entertaining. Like, okay.
Yes,
Normally you
exactly.
don't
I
pay
felt a bit
attention,
paiseh for him.
right? Normally you don't pay
Yeah.
attention, right? They are like performing for the whole section, right? You can choose not to
Yes.
watch even if you have your season already, but you're alone, and the guy is going through all the trouble
Yeah,
for you. You
I
don't
felt
watch,
very paiseh.
right? You don't watch like quite bad, right? Like, oh, paiseh. Okay,
Yeah.
I watch.
So I definitely, the first time I gave my full attention.
One person. Oh gosh.
One person, yeah.
Wow.
Power.
5-hour flight. That whole place is yours.
4 and a half. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 hours. And yeah, just me, the only person in the section.
Wow. What airline was that?
Yeah. Scoot.
Oh, right. Oh, they're still flying.
Yeah. They are still flying. I think even SQ, Singapore Airlines, they code share with Scoot for Taiwan.
I think basically
so I don't know if
they don't. They may not even be an SQ flight for They're just trying to consolidate all the flights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, your flight don't have food. All this must buy one, or do you buy the one with the food?
So but no way it was anybody eat. Oh, actually no, that's not true. Some fella in front was eating, but in the forward section. But who wants to
take off your mask? Right?
Mask?
I know, right?
Yeah. That's one fella in a full hazmat suit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the staff the staff's wearing masks also, right? I mean, not hazmat, but
yes.
But
no, they wear a mask and as well as a visor.
Right. That must be surreal, man. I have not taken a flight like I said since December 2019. So I'm just super curious, right? I'm living vicariously through people who have the privilege to travel. And Vivian Balakrishnan recently went somewhere nice, right? For one of his ministerial duties. Then he doesn't vlog or he doesn't do TikToks, so you don't know what his flight is like. But everybody else who travel,
is there any minister who does TikTok?
I don't know. Who knows?
Seriously?
Right? Yeah, but like I'm not able to partake of like I want to know what's inside a plane. Like a Singaporean kind of thing. So very few. So you are one of my friends traveling. I think I can count in one hand the number of people I know who've actually had to travel or in and out of this country. And I'm always very curious. What is it like? It's a very full flight. Everybody in hazmat suit. Can you eat? Yeah.
You're supposed to, but I think discouraged and people are too jittery.
Right.
I heard that the flights from Taiwan to the US were packed.
Really?
Yes. So because of a lot of people were flying to the US to get their jabs.
Oh, because Taiwan not enough
dual citizens.
Oh, Taiwan not enough vaccination.
Yes.
And
And Taiwan only has AstraZeneca, which carries all that the risk of blood clots and stuff, and people were worried about that. So quite a lot of people the ticket prices went up by quite a bit.
For the US or
to the US? Yeah.
For Singapore, I'm sure you're not paying
cheap, man.
Really?
No. I paid for my flight. I paid less than $200.
Wow. I thought it would be very expensive.
That's what I thought too, but
Okay, so, $200 is totally doable. I mean, like, I went to Taiwan a couple of years back with my buddies, and that cost us about $300 plus. And it was a budget airline. I think it was Scoot. Or we went by Jetstar and came by Scoot, one of those things that we did like combo one. But 200, wow. Well, of course, you end up, you have a $2,000 stay home notice. That one, no matter what, is $2,000. You go States also 2,000.
Yeah, if I'd only come back a few months earlier, I would have dodged all this.
Really? Oh, during phase 3? Yeah. Oh, because Taiwan had a corridor thing, is it?
Yeah. Yes, I think earlier in the year, if I'd come back in February, I would have dodged the quarantine. And then after that, I think there was a window of about a month or so where the government would still have paid for quarantine.
I see. It's all heng shui
but
one,
then
right?
Singapore was having its cases, whereas Taiwan was, had 0 cases.
Yeah.
Of course, now it's the reverse lah.
Right. Yeah, actually, all these things is a roll of the dice. Right? You choose to travel.
You can't predict.
You can't what? If you that time Adriana came back, and then she kena the 21 days, even though when she left, it was 14. Then when she went to the airport, she found out it was 21. She kena. So it's like that lah. And then people who go on cruises, also sometimes something happens, then you kena. Any kind of travel is a risk lah.
Yes,
right. It's a roll
exactly.
of the
So
dice.
yeah, I was pretty much trying to avoid, but then I figured, when I left Taiwan, they were getting like a couple hundred cases every day.
Wow.
And deaths were 30 over, 50 over.
Yeah.
I thought.
And
so I can't get a vaccine until September at the earliest because I'm not a citizen, right? So
so priority is not given to you. Not like Singapore, they give the people who are working at the PRs here, they also get. My helper got her shot as well. Those who are working here. Residents lah, basically.
Yeah, and Taiwan also has a shortage of vaccines. It wasn't that they were stockpiling it or. So I thought, better come back and enjoy the benefits of citizenship.
Yeah, good move, man. I mean, at our age, we are not
so
exactly
Friday.
low risk. Oh,
exactly. I come out tomorrow, hopefully. And then the next day I go and patam leo.
Nice. And then you kena sui the time when the stocks are high, so your second shot can be moved up instead of 8 weeks. I think now they've brought it down to like 6 or something. Or less.
Okay,
yeah. You can rejig it.
Second...
Yeah, go and chop your second one.
Okay.
You can rejig it. I rejigged it for Faith, for Joy. Hers was 8 weeks apart, but now it's 7 weeks apart. I got a bit earlier. They've got a new stock, so they're quite confident.
Great.
Yeah. Otherwise, previously they were based on the other time they announced, they were prepared to give everybody single shots first and then drag it out. 8 weeks.
Yeah.
But now they say, we got new stock, so you all can come. Go and change your dates, make it earlier.
Fantastic.
Earlier better. Earlier is better. By end of July, my entire family is going to be vaccinated.
Cool.
Right,
good.
Quite exciting.
So,
Then your Mrs. How is she coming back for the shots?
Oh, my wife and daughter, no, they because my daughter is school there in Taiwan, so if she comes back here, and especially with the 21, and when I booked the tickets, it was a 21-day quarantine, and it still is a 21-day quarantine if she flies back from Singapore to Taiwan. Who wants to be 6 weeks in quarantine?
Wow.
In total.
Right.
They figured they'll just stay there. They are okay with the AstraZeneca vaccine.
Actually, is that for most people, it's not an issue.
For most people, but so they thought, okay lah, never mind, they'll stay on. I think they're.
Is it allowed for children? Is it? Over there, are they rolling AstraZeneca to the kids yet?
Not yet.
Okay, adults are so forth. But Yang Yan already booked already her slot over there?
No. Nope.
Wow, so slow.
Nope. Yeah, it's still gonna be a while. They only just got Moderna.
No, that's good.
And they are coming up with their own vaccine, and they're also going to manufacture Moderna. I think they have a license, so I think things will happen faster.
But they dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah. Well, yes, definitely there was a big mess. I mean, it's I don't know how many of your listeners have been following the news, but basically the whole outbreak was caused by two mistakes. One was giving flight crew an abbreviated quarantine.
Yep.
Really short quarantine, and some of these fellas were, going everywhere. And the quarantine hotel also, for some bizarre reason, allowed them to mix with non-quarantine guests.
What the heck?
Yes, so that was one huge screw up. And the other screw up was due to uncles.
What? Uncle?
A group of Lions Club, some oldies in a Lions Club went on some, the chairman or the president, outgoing president of this Lions Club chapter had a birthday party, or it was celebrating something about him, and they all went on some super temple and KTV crawl.
Oh, God. That's terrible.
Okay, and part of the visit involves, and I only learned this when the outbreak was reported, was there are these tea houses.
Oh, so they serve nice tea.
At first I thought, hey, Taiwan tea must be like bubble tea or a proper tea house, right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh?
No. These tea houses are usually frequented by uncles. And your tea comes with extra services lah.
Oh, I see. Tea houses with inverted commas. Oh.
Yeah.
With happy endings.
Yeah,
I see. Oh,
yes.
happy
very
endings.
gao. Yeah.
Teh gao.
Very gao. So yeah, that was the biggest cluster.
Oh, tea house.
Yep.
The tea house uncle cluster.
Yep.
Wow, what a mess.
It was a total mess. And, the cases, only in the recent week have the cases fallen under 100 every day.
Wow.
Before that was really scary, and the death rate was surprisingly high. I mean, even today, I think the death rate something like still for like 14.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you look at it, the country is 20 over million.
Yeah.
Relative to population size, not horrific, and the deaths are often seniors with pre-existing conditions.
But still, if you take 20 million and divide it by 4, you have...
Yeah, so Singapore is still better, yeah.
5 million, right? Which is about Singapore's population. You take all the numbers they report and divide by 4, it's still quite bad. It's not great.
Yeah,
considering that they were like the golden child of COVID management.
They were doing so well.
Right? And then you would expect them to get their vaccination game in play, but Australia and themselves...
That one is a little tricky lah.
Yeah, that was a whole political...
There's a whole political thing, and we don't know the exact extent of it, and how much of it was them dropping the ball, how much of it was external factors.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to find out in our lifetime.
Yeah, but it's like that's like, it's very strange, right? All this, you got Australia, they lock down like crazy, and then you got Taiwan, but the vaccination rates are, they didn't take the opportunity to get the vaccination rates up, so that, and then meanwhile people were saying, oh, look at UK, look at US, so jialat last time, people dying left, right, center, right, even during, especially when Trump was around, and now they're like, oh, no need mask already, yay, I mean,
well,
that's the other extreme lah. But then
good luck to them.
Yes. I also think so. But the vaccination rate has been quite good. But they're like 60-something% only throw away the mask already. Then I'm like, and then overnight, they did. I saw the UK report by, I don't know, July side. Then no need mask, no need safety distancing. You all can go do whatever you want. 60-something%. You just kena one Wembley Stadium cluster. Game over. As if they don't learn from other countries, man. They don't look around and say, maybe we should do this in the face. Is it political?
I lived 20 years in the States, and I honestly feel when I left, it's become a different country. Like all the crazies
started to come out, right?
They got legitimized.
Yeah. It's so weird.
It's quite sad. I feel very sad.
20 years you were there. Then I go and stay with you that time. We were still hanging out in Flushing, right? And then go Chinatown, then now you read the stuff like, wow, auntie kena whack, uncle kena whack, fighting, racism. Then like, what's this place? Is this like the America that we are, familiar with? It's only a matter of years. It's not like 10 years or what. Only 1 or 2 years and become like
that. So everything is very fragile. And I don't see it getting better. I don't think you can put the genie back in the bottle.
The polarization and the nonsense is very bad.
No, it's going to be around for at least another 2 generations.
Oh, man.
Well, some people would say it was actually already there, and that we were, naive and innocent about it.
Yeah.
To some extent, that's true. But I do think Trump, gave these guys a free pass lah.
I think so too. When you left, I was thinking, wow, you guys have been there for 20 years, like very sayang leh. Wow,
very sayang.
So pity. Then you up and come to Asia and Taiwan. I said, is it the right move? I was thinking, you got quite a life there. Car also settled already. House also settled already. You got a yoga studio, everything. Wow, you just up and left. Then I was thinking, wow, quite a big move. Must have been quite a lot of thinking involved, and you guys very brave. I mean, very brave for when you all went over also. You and Yan went over that time also. Very drama one.
It was. I think we did make the decision. You know us also lah.
Yes.
We run with the ball a lot.
Yeah, it's very good. I admire you all for that. I cannot imagine myself up and leaving like that. I'm not that brave one.
Yeah.
Right? You up and left to there, and then you up and left but come back. And I was like, wow. But your timing was also very good because you come back and you're in Taiwan now. It's when the COVID struck, like, hey, if you were still there,
exactly.
I tell you. What are you gonna do over there? It's such a mess, and then all that political upheaval and racism. So you actually every time you somehow you make that move and it was way before this happened, right? So not.
We kind of saw it lah. So before we made the move, we were in China. We did our musical.
Doing that musical, yeah.
And I guess being there, doing the Dim Sum Warriors musical was quite an eye opener for me.
Yes.
We saw China change.
Yes.
Definitely a huge difference over when the first time I went over, which was in 2008, thereabouts. The first time we visited, and when landing there in 2017, such a short time, and it was so different.
Yes.
We thought, hey, this is kind of interesting. So our curiosity had been piqued about exploring Asia more. And just then also, Trump got voted in, and we were like, WTF, right? America, what are you doing?
Yeah, what's
right?
going on?
So we were comparing these two. So we decided to be more open.
Mm.
And this is our stupid thing. We look for signs. If it's interesting, we go lah.
Yeah, good way to go.
Not a lot of long-term planning.
No, but it's a good way to go by gut feel. Is not a bad thing.
Yeah, we go by gut feel. So immediately after once the musical closed and we were sort of hanging around, we were planning to go back to New York already. And actually that was Yen's sabbatical. So she would have a year off anyway.
Mm.
And then suddenly out of nowhere, Taiwan University just said, hey, you want to do your sabbatical here in Taiwan or not? We said, and we're like, hey, why not?
Yeah.
It's not as if, she's on leave anyway.
Yes.
She's on sabbatical. Why not do it in a pretty cool place?
Yeah.
So we went and we started really liking it. And the funny thing was, part of the appeal was getting our daughter to learn Chinese. Because when we landed in Shanghai, she had zero Chinese. Absolutely zero. But she was picking it up, and we were like, such a waste. Go back to America, all, gone.
Is she very fast, her progress? You've been sharing. I see I see the way she learn. I think it's the environment. It's immersion.
Environment and young.
Yes, young.
Yeah, so
immersion.
we threw her in the deep end. Yeah.
Good.
So once in Taiwan, we threw her in the deep end. So she started from absolute zero. Enter at primary 3, completely zero. Throw her in the deep end. And now she's reading novels. Even I can't read a novel.
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 years later, she's reading Chinese novels.
Very good.
And I'm like, okay, there's something here. So that has in some ways been an incentive for us to hang around. We do see that it's useful and it's great. I wish I had that. ACS boy, right?
Yeah.
You come with all sorts of biases and phobias about Chinese, right?
That's right.
Although older, right? Even I see you older, we're beginning to let go of that. But I think for a long time, a lot of my friends still have a thing about Chinese. So it's almost a badge of courage.
Yeah, no,
to say I don't speak it well.
Yeah, now I speak it reasonably already, and that was partly because of my spending time with Ryan, and who speaks Chinese better than English, and he's a cameraman, and then we hang out every day. So
and it's possible. It takes away the fear.
Yeah.
The main thing is to let go of that fear.
It's true.
and
Making
not
mistake.
be hung up about getting it right
Yes.
all the time.
Learn language
Just
is like
speak,
that, right?
just communicate like friends, right?
Yeah. Then you
That's
don't know, then learn on the spot.
Correct.
Yes.
Just as long as you have a good non-judgmental environment around you, your chances of speaking it are great. And this actually, we felt this in New York.
Yeah.
Because everybody thinks, especially in Singapore, they say, we keep being told you must have perfect English if you want to capture the international market, or you want to do business overseas, you must have perfect English. And in New York, nobody speaks perfect English.
Yeah.
Or a small minority do. But everywhere we go, people have different accents, different standards, different grammar, and they do fine.
Right.
It's the willingness to go out there, okay? Go out there, be willing to communicate, just do it.
Yeah.
And you'll get by. And I think we have lost that courage.
Garangness.
Just go lah.
Yes.
Long tio xia, right? That's what it amounts to. So that gutsiness has been lost. So
I think so. I think for me, it's always been try, because I've never had a proper, I since I started doing this and everything else I've done since I started. I mean, I've left the country to stay somewhere else, like you, but a lot of the things I've done is all long piawan. It's just langga, try. Try the desktop publishing thing for 7 donkey years, and then decided, okay, enough, I don't want to do already. Then that was after uni, didn't even finish the uni. Then work for somebody, work in Borders, then work in advertising agency for 6 years, 6 donkey years. Then after that, went full time doing this. You have to try. And then now I'm on TikTok.
I can't wait to see you dancing, man.
No, it's fun. And here's the bizarre thing, right? You have some people come up to me, oh, you are the Mr. Brown on TikTok. I'm like, you are the Kim What or the Mr. Brown on TikTok? I'm like, what? I just went there only not that long ago, So the videos have been downloaded and circulating with the TikTok logo on it, because sometimes I upload to more than one place. They've taken the one from TikTok. So it's very strange when people recognize you, because, it used to be Brown is the blog, then later on Brown is the YouTube and the Facebook, right? And then now Brown the TikTok. So it's wherever just try you're not going to get the same number of people there, but you got to give it a go. Learn new things.
True.
That garangness, I try to encourage it in my kids as well. Go and what's the worst that can happen? You fail. Then you try.
And actually, that's where you learn. As long as you learn. As long as you learn something.
I think it's harder and harder as you get older, but like our age. But if you have that, constantly you are pushing yourself and you don't get too comfy, I think 不会饿死的啦, wouldn't die one.
I have to say that this COVID thing, a lot of people are finding that instinct reawakened. I mean, COVID really disrupted all my plans in 2020. Okay, we had come back with a musical.
Yes,
we were running our graphic novels, which got picked up by Scholastic, and then what happens? Bookstores can't open.
Wow.
All that stuff. We were supposed to have another run of the musical. That couldn't happen.
Yeah.
So what do I do?
Right.
We've got all this stuff.
Right.
So we had to pivot now. We had to go back to basics. Who are we? So, me and Yan, we had to start thinking, who are we? I draw cartoons. I can write. And she is fun. She's an education professor.
Yes.
What can we do? What can we do with what we have? And so suddenly we became an edtech company. We had to become an edtech company.
Yeah, I saw your app oversubscribed until the whole server crashed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in 1 month, we picked up now pushing 6,000 downloads.
Nice.
It's quite good considering from nothing. So we are very encouraged. The feedback is great.
Tell us about
for your listeners out there, go and download. Okay, you have 3 weeks. You get free for 6 months. Okay,
so what is
absolutely free? Go to
Yes.
timsumwarriors.com/ it's Dim Sum Warriors on all platforms.
Okay.
Okay, just go to timsumwarriors.com/app. or look for Dim Sum Warriors on Google Play and the App Store, and just get it. It's free.
And the app is education app to teach kids.
It is comics and
Comics?
education. Yeah,
Both.
so it's a
Okay.
bilingual app.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bilingual app, and with games, so it has bilingual stories.
Right.
It has actors performing it as well, and we have what's really cool. It has this voice recognition tech. So if you record your reading, then the algorithm behind can actually give you feedback on your fluency and pronunciation. It cross-references with some super database, and it will give you a score. And it's really fun because when we were test driving it in the prototypes phase, we would give it to kids, and the kids they started treating it as like their own mini record your own mini audio drama.
Okay.
It's very cute to see.
Fun,
little kids doing their re-record,
Very
and
good.
then with their friends they would get it. Yeah, and then they would deliberately mispronounce things to test the AI. So it's been fun, but the learning curve for us has been huge.
Very good. So
right.
dimsumwarriors.com/app.
Yeah.
I'll put the link
Or
in
just
the post. Yeah. Or look for Dim
Yeah,
Sum
great,
Warriors
great.
on
Thank
the
you.
App Store, right? And it's free
Yes.
for the next till.
Well, it's going to be anybody
3
who
weeks.
signs up now gets it free for 6 months.
6 months, okay.
Yeah, free.
Very good.
That means a subscription.
No.
It's the app is free to download, but
Right.
it comes with one story.
Mm-hmm.
But if with a subscription you get 12 stories.
Right. And it's free for 6
Straight
months if
off
you sign
the
up
bat.
now. So
Yeah,
guys,
correct.
you know what to do.
And we have new stories every month.
Very nice.
And we are also adding, in a few more months, we'll be adding Bahasa Indonesia and Vietnamese.
Wow.
So the take up it's quite fun.
Wow.
We keep being approached. So like we have a agreement with the University of Malang in Indonesia. They are one of the top education institutes.
Right.
We got a deal with them to So
nice.
Indonesia is a really interesting thing.
That's a huge market.
And yes, it's new to us, and Vietnam is also super interesting to me too. So we are going to move into that.
So now it's currently English and Chinese are bilingual, but eventually there'll be other languages.
So
and
it's
other
English.
cultures.
Yeah, it's English and Chinese, and the text is in both GNT and Fanti, right? The traditional and the simplified script.
Both even. Wow.
Because we are moving into Taiwan too, so that there's we have to cater for Taiwan and Hong Kong lah.
Very good.
Not just China. So the interesting thing is, in China and Taiwan, they are going to use it to learn English.
Right.
So we're also setting up that way.
It works both ways, what? Yeah.
It works both ways.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very clever.
So try lah,
We
had to pivot.
Quite a pivot, I was going to say. Quite a pivot, but very cleverly done.
It's hopefully.
No, it's good.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It's an adventure.
Always, right, with you.
I don't know where this comes from, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you now. You and Ian always blow my mind. It's like it's always an adventure with you two.
See lah. Filmmaking lah.
I know.
Then this lah.
Simisai also try. It's great.
Yeah.
I think that should be the way.
Try. My motto should be "Won't die."
Won't die. Yeah, exactly. That's a great motto. I think we should have it for our lives actually right now. And you're right. I mean, many people had to pivot last year.
And I'm 50. I'm 50 bloody. One, right?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
It's not it's no longer is the right time to be adventuring. I have friends who are retiring, and I'm like, what the heck am I doing? But then.
No, I don't think we should stop. Right? I mean, I feel I know. That's wrong. I don't know why people have this assumption that maybe because the CPF age has been set at 55. Right? And then everyone has this impression that by 55 we should stop working or something. But that was set during my father's time, right? When people died earlier and people didn't live into their 80s so easily. 50 is like, I mean, I've got friends, of course, already already lah, right? But most of us will likely have to carry on working to at least 65. Our children haven't finished growing up yet. We'll have to there are bills to pay. But above all, even if you have no more need for money, which is, but why not try new things? And you're one of the few people I know who do this, even at a late age. Ben has gone out and now he's a career guy.
He's got a second life.
Second life. He started working in admin, at such a late age, when he was doing other stuff before this. I always laugh at him, your first real job. And then, it's all these are adventures in and of themselves. I got my cousin my tanka, who's always restless. He doesn't need to work anymore actually, but he's starting new ventures all the time. Hang on, I'm back. Okay. My kids are, like what age? My kids now?
How old are they?
Faith is 20.
Faith 20.
Isaac is 18 this year, going to be 18 this year. And Joy is 16 this year. So 16, fast. 18, 20, very fast. So Faith is attending her day activity center for special needs adults. So that happens 3 times a week. Isaac is in doing a course in ITE, which has a sort of a direct path to Polytechnic. It's called the Direct Poly Program or something like that, DPP.
What's he studying?
He's doing electronic engineering. So this is his second year.
Team.
Yeah, who knew, right? He was interested in stuff like that. So he's actually doing well there. Hands-on.
Yeah, great.
He's very active. He's got his a cappella CCA. He's now the president or chairman of that CCA, and they just won a national a cappella competition.
Wow.
I know, he's very hands-on there. I suspect national service will be delayed until after poly, because he can choose to defer if he wants to, or he can serve and then come back and do poly, or he can finish poly then do that one. Then Joy's got O levels. So this is my stressful year with her.
Wow.
I know. Yeah. Once she clears this year, I think I can breathe a little bit better. My second brother's stress will begin with his final kid, his youngest one, which is a son, going to ACS next year. Today was application for entry.
Time.
Yeah, he's very stressed. He's been preparing for this moment for 6 years. So he's beginning his journey with the youngest one, but his 2 oldest ones, three other children, the 2 oldest ones are quite big already lah. So, but he doesn't worry about them so much. But it's very funny lah. So he's doing primary 1 all over again, right, next year. But his oldest one is the same age as Faith, and his second one is the same age as Isaac. It's very funny. We have a lot of children, and the age gap is like from 20 all the way down to like a 6-year-old in my family, extended family. It's a very big range. But yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting for Joy to finish O's, and then a lot of people say, yeah, but then after that A's or poly lah. I mean, I think
the world is different already.
I think
they can do anything.
I think it's up to you as a parent to decide when you want to let go the reins. According to some of my readers, they feel that, still got another few more years to go, that kind of thing. I cannot let go. Go on, my readers say, daughter 22 already, she still haven't let go yet. I'm like, huh? What?
Yeah lah, your classic. There are a lot of parents here try not to be, but they're tiger parents. In fact, Yan Yan just did a Taobao interview this morning about that, about alternative. I wouldn't say alternative parenting, but like, is it okay to not be a tiger parent? And of course, you know where we stand on that.
I also have the same stand as you guys. That's why we click, right? And with my son, I was stressed out when he was doing normal stream, but because I've never experienced that in my life, because my wife and I are both from a different stream, so that was a brand new territory for us. We were pretty stressed out, but times have changed. There are many routes to success. And when he got into that program with the, direct poly route, I'm like, well done. He worked hard for his N levels. He got in that program. So, and he's very different now. He was struggling through academic school life during secondary school. But now he's like, very different. Young man, maybe the maturity also. And then Joy now is having O levels, and that's tough for her. But I also think she's also starting to figure out what she wants to do, and she already told me I'm not planning to do junior college. And I'm like, sure, do whatever you want.
There's so many people who didn't, and
do
are
your
doing fine.
just clear. Let's do whatever you need to do. Do your best
Mm.
for your current exams, and then we'll figure out next steps after lah. Right? I mean, we've seen so many parents lose hair over this, and I always tell them, you also need to be mindful of the mental health of your children. I know it sounds very woke, but it's a real problem, right?
I think so.
It's a real problem, and until you have parents who cannot let go of their kids at 22, which is,
Yeah, that's a cultural Asian thing lah. Even in Taiwan, right? Taiwan, I have to say, so we dropped our kid in a full Taiwanese public school.
Right.
So Chinese all the way. And in some ways, it's great because they don't have a PSLE requirement.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's no high stakes primary 6 issue. You just go on to secondary school, and it's that's when the pressure starts.
Right.
So they at least have a bit of a childhood. But even then, parents are doing all sorts of weird triangulation to make sure they get into specific schools, and they add unnecessary pressure. Right. It's ridiculous. If we think the tuition situation is bad in Singapore, it's on steroids in Taiwan, and I'm sure in China as well.
Right. I think culturally we are all linked.
Come back if they're like primary 5 and coming back at 10 p.m.
Yeah. It's like that, what's wrong with our Asian culture? Like it's like that in Taiwan.
And it's
Japan also. Yeah. They have all these cram schools.
Yeah. Korea lagi worse. Korea they have to pass a law that you can't stay in the tuition center past midnight. I mean, what the hell?
You have to pass a law for that kind of thing.
Yeah. What the heck? Right? Yeah. So it's all unnecessary, and we know that it's good to be prepared, blah blah blah, but who knows? Who knows what the future is really?
Yeah. Who knew that we were going to get a global pandemic this last 2 years, right? And throwing
when you were
plans,
in school.
Yeah.
When you were in school, did you know that podcasting would be a viable
thing to do?
Occupation?
Yeah.
No way, right?
Yeah. No, a lot of things are the things we're doing now. App creation lah, content creation lah, making a living off TikTok or YouTube or Instagram. Those are not on the table. So all the advertising shifted from print and mainstream media to now the mainstream media is the internet, which is So what careers can you prepare your kids for? You have to change. I mean, the education system will have to change to adapt to these things. Yep. But in the end, I think what you need to really have the children learn is to adapt, to be always learning and always adaptable and always risk-taking and knowing what they're doing, rather than just go down this one path as if you have a career for life. There's no career for life anymore.
There's no more. It's gone.
Yeah. All that pressure for nothing.
Life is unpredictable.
Yeah, it is. You shouldn't be in cram school till midnight. You shouldn't have to pass a law.
Yes, my gosh,
pass a law that says you cannot.
It's completely useless as well. And it's bad for you.
Oh man. So tonight you are going to pack, and then what time are you going to be up and about tomorrow? What time are you supposed to leave?
Well, the checkout time they told me is any time between 12 to 2. Because there are quite a number of people who arrived the same day I did, so there's a bit of a queue.
But then you have to clear the swab first, right? So the results got to come out.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, when do I know? So they said, well, if they, I should know by tomorrow.
Before 12.
And if I got it, then I have to sign extra lah.
Of course, choy, but no lah.
Choy.
Yeah, choy. But
unlikely lah, right? I don't have a fever. I didn't have it 2 weeks ago. Unlikely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So
I think I'll be out.
Okay. Then after
It'll be
that,
good to see my mom and my sis again.
Yes. Humans, to see humans again.
Humans.
After 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Inside a nice
Yeah.
hotel, but with crappy food. And
That's
then
true.
start to have good food and meet good company again.
Oh my God. Yes.
Right? But you definitely have time to see us. So do your whatever you need to do. Miyagi and I will look you up more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we can catch up and makan in real life. We can even record podcasts in real life. We don't have to do it over the phone.
Hey, that would be fun.
Yeah. Then you can get your vaccination also. The first dose will protect you.
Yes.
And you actually came at the right time because gathering limits are now increased on July the 12th, 5 people. And
That's
maybe
great.
by the end of the month is 8 if they're all vaccinated. So I think they're slowly opening up. I was doing 2 by 2 makan with my wife for the last 1 week. Very sad.
Yeah.
So
awesome, man.
we can start meeting up again and makaning outside
Great.
or meeting up with each other. The numbers, keep at the right
There's
time.
a light at the end of the tunnel.
I know, right? Okay, I don't
As long
catch
as
you
it's
already.
not an oncoming train.
You get a rest and then go and do your vaccination and all that, and we'll catch up when you
Comes here.
more
Looking
free.
forward to it, man.
I know,
Thanks.
right? Yeah, we chat soon.
Yeah, and really great chatting with you.
I know, it's
as
fun.
always.
Yes.
I think the last time I was on your show was in like 2004.
Really? That long ago?
5. Yeah.
Wow. I think I have photographs of that. You and Yen were in my office in Katong, I remember.
Correct. That was a long time ago.
Yes, that one. I remember that last time you were doing the podcast with us was that one. And I still have photographs of that incident. Wow. So long ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before the white hair. All right, man.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on the show. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
And to all your listeners, go and download the app. Free.
Download the Dim Sum Warriors app. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
Okay. Comes here.
Good night.
All right. Thanks, man.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.